Welcome to MSIX tutorials. So from today we are starting MSIX sessions where we will cover all the basic things about what is MSIX, why it was implemented, what was the need, what was the benefit, and also we will be working on live examples, applications, how MSIX work, and if there are any issues, how we can troubleshoot it. So let's start with this. What is an MSIX? MSIX is a modern packaging technology introduced by Microsoft that combines the best features of MSI, Apex, and other packaging formats. So what that means is, under traditional packaging formats, we used to create applications using MSI, that is database. If there is any complex application, then we'll be using EXE. Also, if we want to download an application from Microsoft Store, then we use the format Apex, which is known as Universal Windows Platform Applications. So this MSIX technology is a modern packaging method by which it is combining all the features of an existing packaging formats and deployment, that is an MSI, Apex, and also AppB, that is application virtualization. So it aims to provide a more reliable and efficient ways of deploying, updating, and managing applications on Windows. So let's see why we are using MSIX, what are the added advantages of MSIX over traditional packaging formats and methods. So there are so many advantages of MSIX, but generally the predominant advantage of MSIX over other traditional packaging format are as follows. Reliable and predictable installation. MSIX installations are atomic, meaning they either complete install or it fails without leaving any partial install. What that means is, if we are installing an MSIX application, either it will install completely or it will fail without leaving any partial install. So it guarantees a successful uninstallation, or if there is any failure with the application, it will remove all the files, registries, and everything that it has created. Meaning the MSIX installs are atomic, either 100% or 0%. So it will reduce the chances of leftover files and registries that can cause issues. So there won't be any residual that will be left behind if there are any failures. Second is seamless updates. With MSIX, updates are efficient because only the parts of the application that have changed are downloaded and applied, thanks to the block-based differential updates. So what that means is, with MSIX, suppose we have an application installed on the system and there is an update available on the source or vendor side, or we have created an updated package. So what it will do, it will only download those files or those block of files from the updated media that are changed. So it will compare the existing installation with the newer source media, and it will only download the required block which is different from the installed one. So this is known as block-based differential updates. So why it is important? It is important because instead of downloading complete source media, it will only download the files which are required. So it will be fast, efficient, and it will provide a seamless update. Third is improved security. So MSX package are signed, ensuring that the application hasn't been tampered with. The package can also declare its capabilities, controlling what resources it can access. So MSX packages are generally signed with a digital certificate, namely .pfx file. So it is always digitally signed. So whenever there is any installation occurs, it will always check for the digitally signed certificate, and if it is valid, then only the installation will proceed. If it is not valid, if there is any mismatch in the signature or digitally signature part, that means the application has been tampered and it will fail the installation. So it has an added impurity, improved security. So we can also say that there are no impure files in this, which is a term that is used in an MSIX. That is a fourth advantage of MSIX is application isolation. MSIX packages are more isolated, meaning they have less impact on the system, reducing conflicts between applications. That means MSIX package is a containerized technology that will install in a particular container, namely C, program files, Windows app, and there you will find the MSIX package location. So it is an isolated location from the system. It is like a container. So it will have less impact on the system. So there won't be any conflicts with the applications which are installed on the system. So like there used to be uh, so many issues with the traditional application that were installed on the system, like some of the DLL shared components that were used. But in this MSX case, application is isolated to a particular location, so there will be less conflicts. Compatibility. MSX supports both traditional Windows 32 application and modern universal Windows platform application. So it combines all the features of the existing packaging environment. So it will give you a more robust and a more reliable option. So these are some of the advantages of an MSIX, that why we are using MSIX. Now, how does MSIX work? When an MSIX package is installed, the process is handled by App Installer Service in Windows. We will go in depth that what is an App Installer Service in the coming videos. But for now, we'll look at how a general MSIX package works behind the scenes. So when an MSX package is installed, this process is completely handled by App Installer Service in Windows, just like Apex packages that were handled by Microsoft Store. So this service helps to install the application, MSX application. Let's see how it works. So first is package acquisition. The user or system downloads the MSIX package either from any source location directly or a server location or from online path. Second, package verification. Now, Windows verifies the digital signature of the package to ensure it's from a trusted source. So just after downloading the MSIX package, the first step that it performs is it verifies the digital signature. If the digital signature is valid, then only it will proceed with the installation. Otherwise, it will fail the installation because it is not from a trusted source. So this is the added benefit of an MSIX, that on the first stage, on the first part, it's checking whether the application should install or not. So this is an added layer of security. Then installation. First, what it does, it will unpack. That means it will unpack all the contents of an MSIX package to an isolated location, namely C, program files, Windows apps. It is an isolated location, so it will unpack all the content within the MSIX package. Then registry virtualization. So if any registries required by the applications are there, then it are virtualized, meaning they are stored in a way that it doesn't affect the global system registry. It will virtualize all the registries, all the files, and it will create an added layer on top of your system registry, so it won't affect your global system registry setting. So this is the added benefit of MSIX. Now, manifest processing. So there is an Apex manifest XML file which is read, and it has application identity, capabilities, and other settings which are registered with the system. An execution. Once it is registered, then it will execute in a containerized environment which has access to the virtual file system and virtualized registry. When an update is available, only the changed log are downloaded and applied, minimize the amount of data transfer and ensuring quick upgrades. Uninstall, the entire application is removed cleanly with no leftover registry. So this is the complete process of an MSIX. In simple word, first it will download the MSIX content, then it will verify the MSIX package whether it is valid or not. Then it will unpack into an isolated location. It will virtualize the registry entries. it will manifest. That means it will register uh, the application with the OS. Then it will execute. We will perform the execution of the shortcut or the application. Then if there are any updates available, we'll perform the updates, and at the end of the life cycle of an application, it will uninstall. So this is how an MSI works, right? So we'll cover the features, benefit, and the MSI structure in the next session.